What's up, guys? Welcome to Country Bunkers Trains. We're back. We've been on a couple-week hiatus the last couple of weeks, but like I say, we're back and getting back into the swing of things. I wanted to start off today by giving a big thank you to all of you guys. Greatly appreciate all the congratulations and well wishes. It really does mean a lot. So once again, a big thank you to you and a big salute. Just like we talked about in our live show a few weeks back, the missus and I had our wedding that week, and it was absolutely wonderful. Just a great time, an absolute blast. You know, I've been to quite a few weddings in my day, but it's definitely a different experience actually being the wedding itself. It was a little bit stressful, but hey, it's all good. Everything went through without a hitch, and we had a blast. It was great seeing friends and family get all together, especially those from across country or out of state. And like I say, just coming together, having a good time, and sharing a drink. It was just a blast. A big thank you to those of you watching who did come. Greatly appreciated. We were glad to have you guys there. That Monday, right after the wedding, the missus and I set out on our honeymoon. We went on a cruise to the Dominican Republic, and once again had an absolute blast. It was really nice turning the phones off and escaping everyday reality and just enjoying each other's companies for the week. Like I say, just had a lot of fun. Originally, we were hoping to go to Hawaii, but with the rising cost of everything this year, it just became so expensive. Really came at a price point we really weren't looking to spend. But maybe we'll do that trip again in the future. Of course, since we're on a cruise, I was a little out of my element. You guys know I'm mainly a Jack and Coke kind of guy, but I had to fit in and experience the culture, so I had several colorful and fruity cocktails, drinks, and concoctions, all of which were really good, of course. And of course, I got this bright, colorful shirt that I'm wearing at the moment as well. Those 2 weeks were a ton of fun, but like all good things, were over in the blink of an eye. This past week that we've been back has really kind of been a drag. Getting back to normal, getting back to reality, it kind of sucks. Oh well, though, such is life, isn't it? We do have one really good thing coming up, though, to look forward to, which I wanted to discuss with you before we get into the goods of today's video. I wanted to extend an invite to all of you to come hang out with us next Saturday, October 1st, at Roundhouse South Trains. Hoping to do kind of a little meet and greet thing and get to meet some of you. Next Saturday, October 1st, the Golden Spike is putting on a train show in Deland, Florida, which is about 20 to 30 minutes away from Roundhouse South. I'm planning to go to that train show first thing in the morning, and then I'm going to head over to Tony over at Roundhouse and hang out with him for the remainder of the day. My birthday happens to be next weekend, and I can't think of a better way to spend it. A whole day of model trains. There ain't nothing better, is there? So like I say, I'm hoping to see some of you guys out. I think it'll make for a fun, train-filled day. A train show, and a train store. Like I say, that's Roundhouse South Trains located in Port Orange, Florida, right outside of Daytona. It's located about 20 to 30 minutes away from Deland where the train show is going on. I'll be at the train show first thing in the morning, but I'm planning to be at Roundhouse throughout late morning, all throughout the afternoon. I'm really looking forward to meeting some of you and seeing some of you there. I'll make sure to put Tony's website in the description below so you can check him out and get an address if needed. But I do hope to see you there. What do you say we jump into the goods of today's video? I think some of you are really going to enjoy this. In the past, I've received several comments and questions asking if we were ever going to add any tinplate trains to the train room, and we just so happened to have our first tinplate piece. On top of that, this is our first Marx train piece added to the train room. Pretty cool. But on top of all of that, this happens to be somewhat of a family heirloom. A big shout out goes out to my aunt and uncle, Laura and Roland. They brought me quite the wedding gift. I was very shocked to see this. They brought me this Marx train set that happens to be one of my grandfather's trains. How cool is that? I never got to meet my grandfather, unfortunately, but I know he was somewhat of a train geek, such as myself, and I have quite a bit of his old train-related items here in the train room, which you guys have seen in the past. I've got it located in the cupboard below under the layout. But yeah, I can't believe it. I think this is so cool. I've had pictures of his and old model railroading magazines and whatnot, but now we actually have one of his trains. How cool. But yeah, guys, here she is. Check that out. How cool is that? As you can see, she comes with her original box, which is still in pretty good shape. At least I think it is. It's a really cool looking train. But yeah, like I say, I just get a big kick out of it. I think it's awesome. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really know much of anything on this train besides the fact that it sat in its same box in the same basement for the last 30, 40 plus years, who knows how long, and it's been kept real well. I tried looking up some info on this online, and I really couldn't come across anything. I came across a few auctions. Obviously, this isn't a big money or a rare piece, but it does have some sentimental value. But I'm hoping some of you here on the channel might know some info on this. Again, I'm not a big Marx guy. I'm hoping some of you in the comments can tell me, maybe what year this is from, maybe some more info on it. I am assuming that this is from the late 40s, which we'll go over here in just a moment. But besides that, I really don't know anything about it. Inside the box, you can see it looks like we have the original track. I'm assuming, we got two transformers here. I'm assuming the original transformer, which is this one, might have given out at one time, so a replacement was picked up and added. I'm not going to try these out. These are some old transformers and the cords aren't looking too healthy. But hey, that's alright. We got plenty of power here on the layout. But also inside the box, we got the original instructions. Unfortunately, it looks like mice have gotten to them, which is kind of funny because there's no other mouse droppings or evidence in the box or on the trains anywhere. Just the instructions getting eaten up a little. But here's where it really gets interesting. I found these pieces of paper in here. I'm assuming they're real train related, but I don't really know. Maybe one of you in the comments will let me know. But as you can see, we got a General Motor Corporation Cleveland Diesel Engine Division. Looks like a checklist spreadsheet type of thing. It's got like an engine breakdown, temperatures and whatnot, oil pressure and whatnot. Like I say, I don't really know. Maybe some of you in the comments will know. But on the back side, they've got a 1948 Christmas layout drawn up. Pretty cool, pretty neat. But this is where it gets kind of interesting. My grandfather didn't migrate to the U.S. until 1952. And as you can see on the paper here, this says 1948. We're from Michigan. And this, I'm assuming this set is from Cleveland. I'm assuming he came here to the U.S. and purchased this, who knows when, years later, secondhand. And he had it for however long. But yeah, I found that quite interesting. Along with these, we also got the original packing slip for the box. Some really neat stuff. On the side of the box, it was originally priced at $11.98. Looks like it was discounted to $10.98. I don't know whom bought it at that price, if it was him or a previous owner. But again, all really cool stuff, I think. Some cool history. Here's a quick look at the set itself. All of it is in really relatively good shape. Nothing's really beat up or anything like that. As you can see, it's a New York Central steamer and freight set. Some really cool pieces. Some good old tin plate. I thought it was pretty neat. Quite a bit different from what we normally do here in the train room. But again, I think it's just a cool piece of history. Once again, like I say, not a expensive or rare piece. But again, I just think it's really neat. When she first showed up to the layout, it took a little bit of work to get her out of her long-term storage hibernation. She didn't want to run. I know she was getting power. She had a loose but going out light bulb, and I could hear the E-unit humming, but she would not move. So I took it apart. I took the brush plate off, cleaned up the face of the commutator, also cleaned up the brush plate and the brushes, and got that put all back together. The E-unit itself is located in between the wheels or the frame. I really didn't want to take this apart, so I sprayed some alcohol in there to clean up the E-unit. Also went ahead and cleaned up the big pickup shoe on the bottom of the engine. This one does not have pickup rollers. It has a big shoe, as you can see, which is what I'm going to call it. But that seemed to do the trick. She came to life. Once I knew she was running, she got a fresh lube job, as well as received a brand new light bulb, which I had in my stash. And wouldn't you know it, we got a runner. Once I got her up and running, I discovered that our layout is not exactly the prime layout for Marx equipment. Quite a few of these loops she was not happy with. She's either derailing or losing power and whatnot. She only likes to run on a couple of the loops. But hey, that's alright. That's all we need, isn't it? And to be honest with you, I don't really plan on running this one a whole lot. This one's more for a display piece, more for the sentimental value. But it's nice knowing when I do get a bug up my rear and I want to run it, it is up to the task and able to run. And she really is quite a smooth runner. Really is quite a bit of a different experience compared to my post-war Lionels. This one, it seems like you put 2 volts of power to the track, and this thing takes off like a rocket. I'm assuming that's due to its lightweight, but this thing flies. But on top of that, it does run buttery smooth. It's a really nice little piece. And like I mentioned earlier, if we have any Marx gurus here on the channel, please let me know in the comments below what we have here. Again, I know it's not a big money or a rare piece, but I do think it's a cool piece, and I'd like to know some of the history on it. So I'd appreciate any comments you guys could share with me to let me know what we have here. I'm going to leave you guys with a few shots of this new beauty roaming around the layout. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget, if you're free next weekend, Saturday, October 1st, to join us for a fun-filled train day at the train show in Deland, as well as Roundhouse South trains in Port Orange, Florida. I really look forward to seeing you there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. But anyways, guys, until next time, my name is Zach, and this is Country Bunkers Trains. Y'all take care. I'll see you the next go-round.